Reigning South African champion Alan Boyson on 80. Also, Benny Grolding, the head honcho from George Motor Club, on 80 points as well. Now, all three of those would believe when they came here during the course of the week that they're going to walk away with the SA1 title. But it goes one step further, just 8 points further back. Charlie Rothman in the 201. It goes one step further, also on 72 points, Ruan Kun, the local lad in the 12 car, and he'll be carrying the hopes of the local crowd on 72. Roderick Lutz from the George Motor Club on 65, as well as Corne Martin, and just 1 point short of that, our own Willem van Sail on 64. Then Arissa Rothman is in there as well. So a lineup like that, the likes of Fergie Slippers and a couple of others will think, oh my hat, where do I go from here? That 33 car is nicely placed. Looks like it's going to be on the third row of the grid on the inside, and that gives him a very nice launching pad from there on the front row of the grid. In there behind him is the 15 car. That's going to be one hell of a dice going down into turn number 1. Knowing Ultra de Klerk, he will time that start very, very neatly, make sure that he gets hard onto the brakes, turn it in nice and tight, and make sure that he's got them packed and stacked behind him. Remember, he's very aware of the likes of Alan Boyson, he's very aware of the likes of Charlie Rothman. Rothman running on that inside line just ahead there of Combrink. Looks like he moves back into his position. Willem van Sail, fourth row on the outside. Here we go, 15 laps of action. Frankie Ellis, take it away. All right, off the line they come, and it looks like, oh, good, he looks so looks like everybody's made it through to the first lap. Yep, they're going to let this one go. Looks like everybody made it through the way that they should. The 11th car coming. And he is on 80 points in there behind Peter Berger in the 411. The flag goes down, the green flag, and away we go with the flag. Leads it down into turn number 1. We're going to play comes to the had to back out onto the infield to get completely away from a conflict situation there. So that's possible. And these right, but 2 laps to go. The 2 for SA flag goes down, and away we go once again. And now the car is going to have to defend heavily. Down into turn number 1. They go down. Well, now the pressure's really on the white flags come out. There's just 1 to go. He sticks it goes along the inside. Charlie Rothman sticks it up on the inside. I do believe he's going to try and have a goal on the inside of the reigning class champion. On the local level, it's all right. Makes sense. 75 minutes. He gets good traction coming over the corner. I don't believe Rothman is going to be able to come through unless there's an error. Oh, he rides right into it. He whacks it on the left-hand front wheel. And that costs him big time. He's broken his own motor car. Well, I don't know what happened there. All of a sudden, just turned and went straight into the left-hand front corner. That SA1 car, but he clouted the side of the 75 thing. Well, remember, Charlie Rothman's got nothing much stopping him from going for all or nothing at this stage of the fight because, I mean, he's right there in the points. Benny Kralen ended up on the infield, so he never picked up any points. Boyson would unofficially be at the top of the log, and then it would be a very, very close call between Charlie Rothman and Benny de Bruin right there as well, so nothing to choose from. Started in minis, is Willem van Zyl on that 3rd row on the outside. Alright, as the flag goes down, away they go on the gas as they race down into turn number 1. And it's Alan Boyson down into turn number 1. Right behind him is Willie van Zyl. He runs around the outside of Benny Kralen. Good going through as well, and right behind him is Charlie Rothman. Oh, Kralen trying to work his way up on the inside there. Oh, well, listen, Rothman, it looks like he's going to get it right as well. In the 5 car, and it looks like he's number 1. Lovely run up into 4th position. And this group has been led by Lloyd McLaughlin on his outside as Albert Holyfield. And Benny de Bruin coming through. On this one as well. He is just behind them. He wants to go over. Then he puts the whole massive back out there. Then Peter Booker sits in there. He's just there behind the 33 of Peter Booker. Benny Kralen will walk to the infield and back out onto the circuit once again. So it's not going well. Sets the bench rather high. He's the young man up front as Willie van Zyl leads him out. Chris has got the do for SA flag. He'll send them on their way shortly with 6 laps to go. Flag goes down and away they go once again as they head down Ruan Kuhn trying to make the best of it at this stage of the fight with just 5 to go. But I do believe that Boyson is going to run in this one. It's all over by Sale. Remember, the previous race by Sale was catching Boyson. They racing got fast all the way. Swing on the far side, out of sight from us. I think it could be Corne Martin, and he recovers the tail end of Oswald.
That's the 89, that's August Clifford. That is right there, but August has recovered once again. August Clifford getting the ball. 89 this time, right back again. Clifford going in, that's not enough there. For the man, D1, Billy Van Sale leads him across the line. Right behind him, that's Boyson. He's been chased there by Charlie Rothman, Ruan Kuhn, and then riding off the top 5. He's Lady Racer, Alyssa Rothman. By the 71 of Billy the Brain.
Well, Billy the Brain is a leader coming into this one, got the Lady Racer in front of her. And the rest of us doing a good turn of speed, make no mistake. Not much slower than South African champion title winning husband, who's being on very hard run with Ruan Kuhn behind him, and trying to keep Ruan Kuhn out on any given race. Not going to be easy. All by Sale trying to stick it up on that inside line. Boyson has to go. Boyson has to go on the outside line. Tried to make a move there on the flag left, but unfortunately he couldn't make that one stick. One last pass effort from Alan Boyson, ex-SA title holder. All by Sale. His second big result for tonight. Alan Boyson comes through in second position.
Third across the line will be Charlie Rothman. Fourth will be Ruan Kuhn. And riding off the top 5, Arista Rothman. Right behind her, it's Benny the Brain. Albert Holyfield is 17, or whatever. In any case, the 51, that's Fricky Slippers. And right behind Fricky Slippers, Ludovic Lords, Peter Kombrink, and the 411 of Peter Berger.
Nice and neatly the way the clerk of the course wants it. They will go white when they come around. The big thumbs up from the clerk of the course says yes, you can stick that white flag out. So here we go, the one you've been waiting for with the big boys up front. Willem van Sale is the man that's leading them around. Frankie Ennis, in terms of V8 racing in South African gravel oval, this is as good as it gets. The best of the best in South Africa. And then keep in mind, coming off the second last row, a man that had bad luck last night, but is a title contender, the head honcho of George Motor Club, Benny Craven. He needs to work his way through the pack and quick before those front boys get away.
He's going to have to get that one 100% right, as he's basically got 0 points. He scored nothing out there in heat number 1 and heat number 2. He had 2 DNFs. He's basically starting from 0 points for the weekend, not of course for the whole series. So as they roll down into turn 2 for the final time, it's Willie van Sale and Alan Boyson on the front row of the grid. The green flag goes down and away we go. V8's underway as they tear down into turn number 1. Down into turn 1 they go now. Oh, and there's contact there, and all sideways out. Alan Boyson has a major pile-up. Going into turn 1, red light show on. This race has been stopped. Into turn 2, Chris has got the do for SA flag. He'll send them on their way, and away we go as the flag drops down. Down into turn number 1. Let's see if they can get it right this time. Down into turn 1 they go now. Alan Boyson gets a whole shot at turn number 1. Behind him you got Willie van Sale coming through up on his inside. They are trying to come through. Is Charlie Rothman diving up into third place as Ruan Kuhn. Right behind him is Benny the Brain that has a look up on the inside of Kuhn.
Oh, Benny the Brain just rambling up on the inside. He knows the boys at the front are going to get away. So we've got to get in there as quick as you possibly can. Benny Craven has made up a hell of a lot of positions. The 5 car, he came right around the outside of everybody. And him and Ultra de Klerk go side by side down the back main.
Here comes Boyson out of turn 2 across the line, back down into turn number 1 again. We've got Willie van Sale out there in that second position. Right there in P3. It is Charlie Rothman, and look at the Brain. The Brain once again has a look up on the inside of Ruan Kuhn as they work their way down the back main, followed there by Ultra de Klerk and Benny Craven. That's a hell of a dice going up over 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 out of turn 2.
Well, Charlie Rothman passes his wife and she says, wow, here comes my husband. Charlie Rothman, ex-SA Tiger. Alan Boyson, ex-SA title holder, down the back lane. Willem van Zyl in second. Third is Charlie Rothman. Fourth is Benny de Bruin. Fifth is Ron Koen. Sixth is Alter de Klerk. Seventh, Benny Clow. Oh, Benny Clow gets all sideways. He loses a lot of ground with 11 to go.
Well, Arista Rothman pulls off on the infield. She's not happy with something on that motor car. She retires. That's the 202 car. But down the back main comes the leaders. Across the line they go now. And into turn number one. There goes your two front runners. It's Boyson that sits out there in P1. Van Zyl sits in second. Third we've got the SA1. That is Charlie Rothman. Then behind him and catching him is Benny de Bruin. Right behind him we've got Ruan Koen that pulls away under de Klerk. And de Klerk has been hunted down there by the number 5 of Benny Kreiling.
Jorge Martin being swamped by the front runners as they come flying past him. Alan Boyson. Well, Alan Boyson's been closed down now by Willem van Zyl, and he's got himself into the traffic with 9 to go, so having gotten away from Willem van Zyl, the blue flag's being waved. Alan Boyson carves his way through. He brings Ron Koen with him. Well, I'll tell you what, I should say Willem van Zyl going through there with him. Willem van Zyl all over the back of Alan Boyson. Third out there is Charlie Rothman. Then the next one behind Charlie Rothman is Yellow Whites. Full course yellow. Full course yellow coming out.
That's because Corne Martin came through there, and Corne Martin's car was badly battle scarred.
Oh, it's going to be a couple of lap cars that's going to get swamped big time by Willem van Zyl and Charlie Rothman having a look on that outside line. He's already climbed out on that outside line on the outside of Cornberg to make sure he can. He'll go past two cars right around the outside with 33 who got swamped at that point of Peter Cornberg. And he gets himself into that third position, and now the back marker blocking him off. That's costing him dearly, because here comes Alter de Klerk.
De Klerk has a look up on the inside, and he wants to get through now. He's stuck onto the back end there of Charlie Rothman. Rothman looks in his mirror. He sees that big number 75 sitting in there. Right behind him, they lean on Cornberg, say, get out of my way, says de Klerk. I got to chase down there, so one champion. But up front, Willem van Zyl making a comeback on Alan Boyson as they head back into turn number one. Here comes second and third, I was going to say 3 and 4. And then we've got on the lead lap, he's a 71 going through on the inside. That is Benny de Bruin, and de Bruin's been mugged there to put a lap on Marius Cornberg by Ruan Koen.
And Ruan Koen follows through as well. He timed and did that very, very neatly. So the front two have got away. That's Alan Boyson and Willem van Zyl. They go past the pit gate and down the back main. The present SA1 title holder, Charlie Rothman, goes past the pit gate now. Then the 5 times Tygerberg Raceway Maxim battery 75-inch of Alter de Klerk. Rounding out the top 5 is the 71. That is also very much top contender in Benny de Bruin. He comes through with Ruan Koen in there behind him. Then the next man on the lead lap would be the 5 car of Benny Kreiling, and he's in 5th overall.
2 more laps now to go for the 2 leaders as they pick up the back markers, working their way out of turn number 1. Ricky Slippers keeps right out the way as down the back main they go. It is Alan Boyson being chased down there by Willem van Zyl. Into turn 2, the white flag will come out now. 1 more lap to go. This is the final lap now. All the back markers come into play. Now Boyson must get through the back markers on the last lap, and he's been mugged there by Willem van Zyl. Peter Cornberg stays right out the way there as the 2 front runners make their way towards the flag.
Coming up towards the checkered flag is going to be 24 points for the win, 20 for the second. The win will go to Alan Boyson. Second, 20 points will go to Willem van Zyl. Third place still to come across the line. That is the SA1 title holder, Charlie Rothman. He'll get 18 for his efforts. 16 goes to Alter de Klerk. 15 will go to Benny de Bruin in the 71 car. 14 points will go to Ruan Koen. And then I do believe the next one behind that on the lead lap is Albert Olivier. Albert Olivier will pick up 13 points for his efforts. Now that turns everything upside down.
Well, watch out for that group at the back. That's going to try and make their way through. It is Benny de Bruin that starts to the sharp end of the field. Oh, sorry, Benny Kreiling. And Kreiling got himself in a horrible knot. He almost turned himself around. Well, there is a problem. The red lights are on. There's an issue here.
Motorsport, totally unpredictable. 15 laps, do for SA flag up high.
Well, let's see what Benny Kruiling does as that flag goes down. He's going to have to keep it neat and tidy and nice, heading down into turn number 1, which he does. Now he must get it out of turn 1 in P1 to be okay, which he does not do because it's Albert Olivier that gets his nose up front. And look at the Klerk. He goes past 3-4 cars on the outside and tucks him there behind Albert Olivier.
Oh, Albert Olivier and Benny the Brain both sitting in decent position, but Ultra the Clerk and infuriated earlier on. Oh, he fronts it! Here comes Chaos right in front of the pack. They're all going to pile in. How they miss one another, I don't know. The red lights come on before the Marshall even gets it. Oh, spinning on the far side's Combrink as well in the 89, and that takes him out of it. That was a spin after the flag. And
also, issues for Alan Boyson as well. So it all happened out here on right at the beginning of the second lap. But my oh my, where now?
I'm trying to decide where they're supposed to be, so they're not lined up the way they're supposed to. Clark, of course, makes the decision to let them go with 14 laps, and off the line they come. The 11 of Albert Olivier trying to have a look around on the outside. Now does a perfect cutback as Benny Kruiling battles to get it out of the corner. Charlie Rothman comes through very strong, as does Albert Olivier and Benny de Bruin, and it's Alan Boyson that's already worked his way up into 5th position.
Right out of turn 2 across the line, they come once again heading down.
Oh, flipper contact as Ultra de Klerk came through. Ultra de Klerk hits into the side of the 89 car.
And now the Klerk hammers the wall going into turn number 1. It's not working out for the Klerk. Full course yellow. Marius Combrink.
Oh, accident on the far side as well, Frankie. The nose cone is smashed, and it looks like Charlie Rothman might have slowed down and got whacked from behind. Frankie, let's see if you can get them through turn number 1.
Well, lucky number 13. That's the amount of laps that's left as Chris waves the flag, and away we go as they head down into turn number 1. Now it is Benny de Bruin up on the inside. Albert Olivier sits there in second. Alan Boyson has got Charlie Rothman on his outside. Here comes Willem van Zyl and Ruan Koen. Right behind them is Peter Combrink and Arista Rothman.
Well, I tell you what, Alan Boyson's looking very good on this surface. I know he's got a massive motor underneath the bonnet of that motor car. One of the most powerful V8s in South Africa, and that was about a year ago, so that is the same. Oh, he gets it sideways. He loses a straight line speed. Now he's going to fight again for that second place, but he doesn't lose much ground.
Oh, well, it's a one-on-one there between Alan Boyson, and they're leaning on each other now. That is Boyson and Olivier, and while they're having a fight, it is going to be Charlie Rothman around the outside. He gets around Olivier. Now has a look there at Alan Boyson, and he still sits around the outside of Alan Boyson.
Ron Koen taps the back end of Willem van Zyl, runs in wide, tries to go up on that inside line, doesn't get good drive coming out of the corner, and has to drop in behind. They make contact as they go into the corner. That is de Bruin and van Zyl. Van Zyl right up against the wall, and this one's not working out for Willem van Zyl. Probably a top 3 contender before this race, but it's not looking good right now.
He's having all sorts of issues out there. He's been overtaken now by Ruan Koen, and he falls into the clutches there of Arista Rothman, and Arista Rothman up on the inside of Van Zyl, and Van Zyl turns himself around coming out of turn 1.
I think that Van Zyl is rightly frustrated and is actually overdriving that motor car right now, and he finds himself reversed off onto the infield. That's a major full course yellow.
Hit everybody with a whole lot of oil there as well. I picked up a slight trail of smoke as he came out of turn 1. So 1, that's Charlie Rothman. The Do for SA flag is up. 7 laps of V8s. Here we go. The flag goes down and off they go. Into turn number 1. Down into turn 1 they go now. Benny de Bruin followed there by Alan Boyson. Boyson sits on the outside. De Bruin's got the line covered, and Boyson shoves it up on the inside. Alan Boyson hits the lead going into turn 2. Dropping down now into second position is Benny de Bruin. Here comes Charlie Rothman, and off the circuit and into the tire goes Ruan Koen. Ruan Koen smacked into the tire. 5 more laps left to go. Full course yellow flags are out.
Well, I tell you what, I hope he gets that one restarted.
Was racing before that, so that man's been racing for many, many years. As the flag goes down, and away they go.
Well, here we go. Off the front of the pack is Alan Boyson. Then it's the 71 that's in there behind that. And he's going to have to do a pretty strong run from there. Albert Ulefield and Benny de Bruin have been very competitive all the way through, but Alan Boyson leading them out with Charlie Rothman in that third position. Van Sale finds himself with 4 laps to go in 5th position.
Now he's going to have a look up now on the inside of Albert Ulefield. Through on the inside, and Van Sale works his way up now into P4, just behind the champion Charlie Rothman. Down the back man they go now, he gets away under Ulefield and tucks in there behind Rothman. 3 more laps left as Boyson leads him down into turn number 1. Alan Boyson out of turn number 1 with Benny de Bruin in second, followed there by Charlie Rothman, and Willie van Zyl gets himself in a knot right in front of Albert Ulefield.
Well, that's where titles are won and lost, and that's costing him big time. He recovers the tail end of the field. That is going to be a disastrous moment for him in his title campaign. Alan Boyson's doing it all right. Alan Boyson, ex-South African champion, who's got it all right at this stage. And he's just piling in the points as the white flag comes out. 1 to go.
1 more lap left now as Alan Boyson makes his way into turn number 1. Benny de Bruin still sits in that second place. Now will there be one last lunge by Charlie Rothman to move up into second place? He'll have a go, but he is not close enough to have a lunge anywhere. The flag comes out. Boyson comes home in P1. Now second is up for grabs. De Bruin or Rothman. It is Benny de Bruin ahead of Charlie Rothman. Albert Ulefield coming towards us now, and Arista Rothman keeps Ruan Koen out, followed there by Lodewijk Lortz. Right behind him is Willie van Zyl, and the last man across the line is Pieter Burger.
What exactly the points are, where Ruan Koen standing now, he comes up with nothing. Where Willem van Zyl is, he comes up with nothing. For them to get a SA3 or 2 or better, they've got to beat one of those 3 in front of them. 15 laps of action, the national finals.
Right, here we go, as this big old thundering V8 just barrel down into turn number 1. That's Alan Boyson with Benny de Bruin down the back main. Boyson and de Bruin, and Rothman sits out there in P3. Then we got Koen and van Zyl 4 and 5. Behind them it's Ulefield and Arista Rothman as they work out of turn number 2. Across the line they come. Lap number 1 is in the bag. Down into turn 1 they go again. De Bruin wants to go up on the inside but gets left behind there by Alan Boyson, that pulls away there from Benny de Bruin.
Well, you think of it that Benny de Bruin was leading the championship by 8 points when they came here from Alan Boyson. Alan Boyson's outscored him with 8 points and more to be able to get to where he is. So unofficially, if Alan Boyson wins this one, he will be the SA1 title. If Benny de Bruin comes where he is, he'll have SA2. And if the 3rd place vehicle in the hands of Charlie Rothman with 12 to go stays where he is, he will be unofficially the SA3. That is subject to any technical queries or anything thereafter. Ruan Koen, Willem van Zyl, the local hopes pushing hard to try and turn the tables on these front 3 visitors.
Well, the Tygerberg cars are sitting 4 and 5. There's no SA numbers for them at this point in time as the guys from up north are running away at the sharp end of the field. Down the back lane they go now. It is the man from Schoemans Park Raceway that leads them coming out of turn 2. That is Alan Boyson making his way across the line back into turn number 1. Behind him it is Benny de Bruin from George Motor Club that sits there in that second place, followed by Charlie Rothman. Up against the wall goes Koen. There was contact between himself and Willem van Zyl.
Well, that takes them right out of it, barring unforeseen circumstances or something going wrong with the guys up front. It's only Willem van Zyl who now stands any possible chance of picking up the SA number for the Western Cape area. Alan Boyson, ex-South African champion, on his way to his 2nd SA title. Ruan Koen's out of it. The Fosma Transport car's got front suspension damage and he's out of it. So that's one Western Cape title contender that's fallen by the wayside. Only Willem van Zyl is still in with an opportunity, and it's only mathematical at this stage of the fight.
Well, other than Alan Boyson, that's running away at the sharp end of the field. Benny De Bruin with 7 laps to go has got his hands full with Charlie Rothman. That's De Bruin and Rothman coming through now behind them. We have Willem van Zyl making his way out of turn number 1. Van Zyl behind Van Zyl. It is Rister Rothman all over the back of the 11 car of Albert Olivier as Olivier pulls away there from Rothman into turn 2.
6 to go, and if something had to go wrong with that second and third place, it's a mathematical possibility that the local lad Willem van Zyl can come into play, but given what De Bruin has done, given what Rothman has done, given their capabilities and level of excellence, I don't believe that anything will go wrong in that one-on-one battle with 5 to go between the two of them, with a warning flag getting ready there for Willem van Zyl.
Right, the unsportsmanlike conduct flag being shown to Van Zyl, and De Bruin has been attacked there by Rothman, and Rothman runs around him on the outside. But De Bruin fights right back again as the leader goes through into turn 1. It is Rothman on the outside, it's De Bruin on the inside, and right ahead of them, they've got the back marker, Peter Burger.
Well, they know what the points difference is, and the way that Charlie Rothman's riding, you almost get the impression that that is a SO2, SO3 swap around. Remember, it's 4 points between first and second, 4 points between second and third. It's 24, 20, sorry, 2 points, then it's 18 thereafter. So 2 points could just be the difference. Charlie Rothman might have just driven himself to a SA2.
Trouble out there on the back main for Fricky Slippers. He's going very slow down the back main up against the wall there. There is 1.5 laps left now for race leader Alan Boyson. He'll get the white flag. Alan Boyson gets the white flag. All he has to do is circumnavigate this oval one more time, and unofficially that will be your SA1 down the back main. Boyson running hard down the back main, stopping in a precarious position up against the wall there. He's Slippers. The checkered flag is out, and Boyson brings it home in P1. Second is going to go to Charlie Rothman. Third will be Benny De Bruin, and right on his case in P4 will be Willem van Zyl.